All right, we're going to go ahead and proceed. I'll call to order this meeting of the Subcommittee on Economic Growth, Tax, and Capital Access of the Small Business Committee. Thank you to everybody, especially to our witnesses, for being here. 5 years ago, the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act was signed into law. With its passage came an onslaught of new regulations. As we are aware, prior to Dodd-Frank's passage, there was a commonly repeated phrase of too big to fail, and a sense that our economy had been hurt due to large financial institutions' inappropriate actions. This law was meant to curtail the inappropriate and risky actions of these too big to fail banks and increase financial stability and transparency while providing greater consumer protection. Today, we are not seeing the benefits promised by the proponents of the law. The economy is not rebounding exponentially. We are not seeing financially stronger and smarter banking. Instead, as we will hear from our witnesses, today the small guys who did not create the problems are the ones who are suffering. The losers in this equation are small businesses, both the everyday Main Street business that has trouble getting a loan and the local bank that has to hire compliance officers instead of getting capital into the hands of local small businesses. These small financial institutions, our community banks and credit unions, are traditionally the individuals who lend to small firms. Recent research has found that community banks provide over 50% of the loans to small businesses. Especially in rural communities like my district, the burdens created by Dodd-Frank are causing many small financial institutions to merge with larger entities or shut their doors completely, resulting in far less options where already there were not many options to choose from. We've all heard that Dodd-Frank contained exemptions meant to ensure that financial institutions under a certain size would be unaffected. The creators and proponents of this legislation have repeatedly assured folks that they truly understand the importance of small financial institutions and that these entities were not why the law was created, nor were the proponents intending to harm them. Unfortunately, as we will hear today, even the smallest financial institutions are feeling the effects, the burdens of this law, and not just this law, but exponential growth in all federal banking regulations as it trickles down and creates substantial regulatory burden. The big banks are still getting bigger. Small bank formations are at 80-year lows. Net business startups are at 80-year lows. Home ownership is at 50-year lows. Workforce participation is at 30-year lows. We're in a bad spot. And I think Dodd-Frank and just general banking regulation has a lot to do with that. I think we've vastly diminished access to capital in this country, and we need to deal with it, or it bears poorly for our economy. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the witnesses. Thank you for those who came and participated in the audience, and the meeting is adjourned.